Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, all praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Arachak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone that rule well. As always, peace, blessings, and salutations unto those for elect tabernacle of David scattered abroad across the four winds of the earth. Amazing Lucas. I'm pretty sure some of y'all brothers know who this individual is. I didn't start to know about him until maybe some months ago. I believe our elder had did a video with him in it. He be having smoke for the Zionists. He'd be calling out a lot of the shenanigans that we see with within politics and this wicked government. You could see that if you go to his page, he got some kind of popularity because he has over 600,000+ subscribers, and he's been on what's that platform, Piers Morgan. He's been on Piers Morgan, before, blowing smoke. So, he's one of those guys that he questions things. He calls out, what he see with, both sides, the left and the right. So, he got his eyes open. But anyway, this individual, I don't know if he belongs to a camp or not, but he happened to catch a segment of his live where, he started to come to the conclusion that the things that, he's witnessing it has to be biblical. He says out of his own mouth that, these things got to be biblical, right? And I'm gonna play some of this right here. And this is fair use, all right, to the individual, that recorded this. The brother, the Israelite brother that recorded this. But he's gonna basically say that this all has to be biblical, right? So that at least lets you know that his ears are open. He's watching. And all these different content creators, influencers, all right, this work of ours, this labor of ours, is definitely not going out void. You never know who's actually watching. Brothers always say that. All right, you never know who's watching. This truth got the ears of a lot of people, whether they hear and agree with it or whether they forbear it. It displeases them. Either way, this word is going out. So without further ado, let me just play this.
Comment section of the videos the new people can check out, proving that we are the Israelites. 100% proof. There's no debate, no denying it. So yeah, I just want let me play that again. Let me play it again just in case somehow people didn't hear it, because I know my volume messes up sometimes.
You can't beat them, join them. Honestly, you don't have to join them, but maybe they are onto something. I mean, if you were if you were a Jew in Nazi Germany, you're not gonna beat them, but you don't have to join them. You're not gonna beat them, you don't have to join them. And I'm sorry to believe, bro, these black Hebrew Israelites, bro. Because from my understanding, they believe, niggas is cooked. Excuse me. From my understanding, they believe, black people are cooked. This is all prophetic. There's nothing you can do to change it. And I'm starting to think, you know what? Maybe they are onto something.
Yeah, we're.
So he's seeing how niggas are far gone. A lot of niggas are lost. And they are. Majority of our people, they're done for. The scriptures say, "My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge." So because of that and their refusal to, get the knowledge, they're rejected. The Lord is not dealing with a lot of our people. All right, you're going to come to the realization that, only a remnant of our people are going to snap out of it and return back to, righteousness. They're going to, basically we're going to remember ourselves. Let me see if I can get that in the Apocrypha real quick. And what made him say that, out of the blue? He's watching. It's like Baruch 2. Yeah, Baruch 2 and I'll start at verse 28. It says, "As thou spakest by thy servant Moses in the day when thou didst command him to write the law before the children of Israel, saying, if you will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations where I will scatter them. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves." All right, and that's what's happening. We've called to mind, all right, the sins of our forefathers. All right, and now we know who we are. We were discontinued from our heritage, but now we're being returned, and now we're remembering ourselves. Remember the word Zion. It goes back. It goes back to the Hebrew word to Zion, which means monument, and the word monument means to remember. All right, so we're remembering ourselves in our captivity, right before the Lord gets ready to redeem us, deliver us up out of here, out of the land of our captivity, like He did in ancient Egypt. Okay, but 2/3 of our people are still, lost. They still, and a lot of them know this. They know about the truth, but a lot of them are coming against it. Like the Lord said, our people they love darkness rather than light. Neither will they come into the light lest their deeds be reproved. So the hell with them. They are cooked. All right, let me get 2nd Ezra 9 real quick. The 2nd Ezra 9 and I'll start at verse 14. It says, "Then answer I and said, I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved. And Israel is as the sand of the sea that can't be measured nor numbered. But yet only a remnant is going to return." Okay. And those are the ones that's only going to, they were chosen before the foundation of the world. So therefore the Lord's going to open up their eyes and their ears to understand. Okay. They're going to get with the program immediately when they hear this. But a lot of them, most of our people, because the Lord didn't open their eyes and their ears, they're going to disregard this, and they're going to, speak evil, speak with vitriol against us and against the Lord and against basically the word. Let me get there's 2nd Ezra 8 and 1, and it says, "And he answered me, saying, the Most High have made this word, it's like this world for many, but the world to come for a few. I will tell thee a similitude, Esdras, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee that it giveth much mold, whereof earthen vessels are made, but little dust that gold cometh of, even so is the course of this present world. There be many created, but few shall be chosen." Okay. So, yeah. So it's only going to be a few people that's going to, make it out. The rest of our people, their eyes are going to be closed, their ears, make the hearts of this people fat, and give them ears that they should not hear and eyes that they should not see, for they're rebellious and stiff-necked people. All right, tossed to and fro, going from mountain to mountain to every hill. All right, groping in the noonday as in darkness. With broken cisterns that can hold no water. Our people are all over the place, still trusting and believing in this damn system. So yeah, our people are definitely cooked. It says that in Isaiah 10, because you love you trust in oppression, and that's our people. As long as they continue to believe in this damn system, you believe in a so-called American dream. You know what I'm saying? They're pretty much under strong delusion. Okay, trusting in their own oppression. Isaiah 30:12 it says, "Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because you despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay therein." Meaning you confide in it, you trust it. The word is sha'ayan, and it says, as a primitive root to support oneself, lean, lie, rely, rest on. And our people, they rely on, this system for support. And all that's going to happen is going to break apart right before you. Really is luring you into a trap and a snare. Because we know what's getting ready to come, man. You're going to have to bow down to the image of the beast and take his mark soon. And those of our people that trust and stay upon this system, you're going to be one of the ones that's going to be made to worship the image and receive his charagma in your hand or in your forehead. Okay? It says, "Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant." And Jake here coming to this conclusion that our people are done for. Then what should you be doing? It sounds like you're starting to lean towards us. Well, hey, what you waiting on, man? Is this, there ain't much time left. Even if you starting to feel like you want to cross over, or you starting to see that what we're saying is making sense, well, the Lord ain't gonna wait on you, man. Sirach 5:7 it says, "Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in a day of vengeance." So it doesn't matter if you agree with us and say that we right. you need to be fully persuaded, man. Because the Lord ain't gonna have us out there forever. He, by the time the Lord get us off the streets, the Lord will have said what he needed to say, and it would have reached, every part of the earth that where it needed to reach. For the purpose of all the elect, all right, being sealed. Let's go to Matthew. I think it might be the 24th chapter. Hold up. Yep, there it is. This is Matthew 24. And I'll start at 13. It says, "But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations." Especially since our people are scattered among all nations. They got to hear this word, and convert and be healed from wherever they may be. It says, "Shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto the end, and then shall the end come." And we at the end because, this truth have been for a long time without fruit. And now it's being declared. Let me get that in 2nd Ezra. Was it the 6th chapter? It is 2nd Ezra 6:28. It says, as for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared. So if you believe that we're right and we have the truth, which it ain't about us, we're just vessels, that the Lord, chose to catapult, and use this tool, which is the World Wide Web, to spread the truth, to spread the information, the knowledge. And it's up to our people, whether they hear or whether they forbear. But how can you hear except the Most High, sends a preacher to teach you the word? Romans 10:14, and it says, how then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher? And how shall they preach except they be sent? That's why the Lord got apostles, he got prophets, he got teachers, he got evangelists. All right, so on and so forth. And it says, as it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good things. But they have not all obeyed the gospel, for Isaiah saith, Lord, who have believed our report? So then faith cometh by hearing, and by hearing the word of the Most High. But I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily their sound went into all the earth, and their words unto the ends of the world. And that's why these, every once in a while you'll hear somebody, one of these popular content creators, podcasters, celebrities, you have to, even in jest, they'll make parody videos, about us, little skits and stuff like the Drewskis and whoever else out there. So this is just only implying that everybody knows. So when the Lord comes back and brings judgment, nobody has that excuse anymore. Okay. What did you do when you heard this knowledge? What were the actions that you took after you heard it? Because once you hear it, you're now responsible. And only knowing that you're an Israelite, that's not even half the battle, man. Once you come into this thing, it's a change. It's a change of conduct. You no longer conform to the image of this world. All right. You cut out, the old habits, the things that, corrupted you. You got to get out of the way of, westernized thinking, or thinking like the damn oppressor. Scripture say, envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. Our people, they're still absolved into his ways because they have been seduced for hundreds of years since they've been brought over here. So anyway, so you heard it. His brother was happening to capture this live stream. And I tried to go to his channel, but I didn't see the video, so he may have taken it down. All right, but Spirit hopped on him to actually catch this. All right, and I think he did another video. Let me go to it. Now look at his screenshot. The one that I was just on has Zabak. All right, in the thumbnail, and then the other one that I'm about to play, you see the Apostle Tahar in the thumbnail. So like I said, I don't know who this brother is. He probably watched different camps. But if you're watching, this particular brother here, I mean, hey, just know that Great Millstone, you know about us since you got, our elder apostle in your thumbnail. we have the truth. All right. And it would behoove you. It would, definitely be in your best interest, to listen. Because we have the truth, man. We go into prophecy daily. And everything that we've been prophesying about, all these years is starting to come to fruition. Okay. And everybody's gonna see it in due time. Let me go here.
Might do a compilation of people that have been talking about us. But anyway, I'm gonna quit talking and let them say it. Let y'all hear it.
The more I read, man, the more I think the doomers and the one world order people are right.
Now watch what he's gonna say after that.
Yeah, he's saying that this place is done. The way things are going, everything is pretty much through, and he sees it. He knows. So he's getting ready to also conclude that, hey man, them Israelites, sheesh, right? Let me play it.
The more I notice, I'm starting to think that like the Hebrew Israelites are right, bro.
And you're gonna know. All right? You believe? Well, when these things start coming to pass, according to prophecy, this is what's gonna happen. And you don't want to be one of those. Let me start at verse 30, Ezekiel 33. I'm gonna read it in the NLT. You don't want to pump fake. So you believe, but that's where it stops. Ezekiel 33 and 30. And it says, it says, Son of man, your people talk about you in their houses and whisper about you at the doors. Yeah, the Israelites is, just that term, even if they use BHI, we don't identify with that. That's the government. They coined that, to label us. But you don't want to just stop at just agreeing with us. Right? You got to take action now. Now that you're acknowledging that what we're saying is true, you got to take action, man. But the scriptures say this about our people. It says they say to each other, "Come on, let's go hear the prophet tell us what the Lord is saying." So my people come pretending to be sincere and sit before you. They listen to your words, but they have no intention of doing what you say. And that's what we know about our people, man. They'll hear it in a moment, right? But then they'll go right back to their ways. Yeah, that's not, that thing right there. The Lord, he like I read in Sirach 5. Don't make no Tyrian. Don't pretend like you agree, but you're not gonna do anything about it. You're gonna have to turn away completely from this world. That means that the Lord is calling you out of this world. All right, it says their mouths are full of lustful words. Their hearts seek only after money. Yeah, because a lot of our people they still own that. Yeah, it sounds interesting. It sounds good, but what profit is there in their message? Is it going to help me get to the bag? That's Jake's mentality today. They're trying to get to a bag filled with holes. Where the worth of that bag is diminishing every day. The value of it is just waning and decreasing, losing value. It says you are very entertaining to them, like someone who sings love songs with a beautiful voice or plays fine music on an instrument. So a lot of people click on our videos just to be entertained. We say that all the time. You got the camps that got the big subscription numbers. You go to their videos and they'll have a clickbait title. The Hebrew Israelite stumps out this Edomite at this location spiritually, or so they try to get you to click on their videos, and if there's some kind of drama, a situation, where an altercation had occurred, or brothers is cussing out the white man or the so-called black woman, they eating their popcorn, man. All right. They're not going to hear what's being taught and do anything about it. They hear what you say, but don't act on it. But when all these terrible things happen to them, i.e., everything that prophecy said would happen, that, famine is going to hit, martial law, different diseases, pestilences, it's going to be insurrections, seditions among men, civil war. All right, the mark of the beast. This transition into AI, technocracy. All this is prophetic, and we've been warning about this. It says, but when all these terrible things happen to them, as they certainly will, then they will know a prophet has been among them. That's when it's going to hit them right in their face, man. It's going to hit them. Okay. So I'm gonna end off on one more verse, because this word is doing what it's supposed to do. We don't need no gimmicks. All right, we don't need the extras. All you other guys out there, man, you just trying to do extras because you want extras. All right, the Lord is not with that, man. You just need to be doing the work, man, which is just teach and prophesy. That is it. And the Lord's going to handle the rest. Psalms 19, let me go to the KJV. And it says, Psalm 19:1, it says, in the Psalm of David, the heavens declare the glory of the Most High, and the firmament show of his handiwork. Day unto day utter of speech, and night unto night shew of knowledge. And this is the information highway on the World Wide Web, the internet. And our videos are being published day and night. So everything is accessible. And we're one of the main groups that don't monetize it. And we don't do this, with charge. We're not asking you for money. We're not asking for super chats. So you getting this thing for free, man. It says that in Isaiah the 55th chapter, those of you that have no money, come you and buy. Isaiah 55:1, it says, ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that have no money, come ye buy and eat. Yea, come buy wine and milk without money and without price. You see? This word is free of charge, but you pay for it, with your sacrifice, with your leisure. So Jake would have to study and get serious. This is not going to be an everyday thing. They're going to work to they're going to shut the internet down, and then they're going to bring it back, but under regulations. You see what they're doing with the censorship. They're making it harder and harder for us to like we got to speak in code, and you can't be fully honest without them, trying to censor you. We done gotten so many channels removed. I had 2 channels removed unjustly, this year. So there's going to be a point in time where this ain't going to be accessible. So you want to move, quickly. It says, there is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. You can listen to us in all different languages. It says their line is going out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them have he set a tabernacle for the sun, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoiceth as a strong man to a race. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it. And Yahushua is going to come from one end of the earth even to the other. You know, just like them satellites going, you know, in a circuit. And there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. Okay. So, yeah, man. Oh, matter of fact, let me read verse 7. It says, the law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. You get into these scriptures, this is that engrafted word, which is able to save your soul. This will convert you. It will heal you. Now you know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. It says, the testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. All right. And that's how you know we have the truth, because the testimony of our Lord is sure. All right. So that's pretty much that. I just want to do a response to this. So the amazing Lucas, you know, he knows about us, and he's starting to lean towards it. But we'll see. You know, he can very well be, even though he don't completely cross over or completely convert. You know, he might have, you know, listeners. He has a, you know, broad audience. So they might know about it and might want to, you know, search. Who knows if some people might convert through, you know, him, you know, making that statement. So anyway, you know, hopefully this was edifying. I'm going to give all honor, all praise, and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And to the next lesson, I say, Shalom.